I recently read Warren Buffett's letter to his shareholders that came out recently. I want to share with you my takeaways from that letter. Now, why is this important? Well, for those of you who do not know, Warren Buffett is arguably the most iconic, successful long-term investor that's ever lived. Him and his partner, Charlie Munger, have run Berkshire Hathaway for decades with tremendous success. Warren Buffett has been investing for, listen to this, 80 years, 80 years. That is 1/3 of the length of life of the United States of America. So he knows something. And for those of you who are working with me, you will be glad to know that I adopt strongly his philosophy. His way of seeing things resonates with me, and I do what I can to make that part of my business and my practice for my clients. So with that, I want to share my takeaways from this letter because I believe that they are very valuable, and I'll expand on each. So here we go. Berkshire will always hold a boatload of cash. We will also avoid behavior that could result in any uncomfortable cash needs at inconvenient times. Two things from this statement. One, cash is not trash. Cash is a vital component of everyone's overall financial picture. In my view, it is the moat around your castle that protects your other long-term investments. It's there for those emergency needs. It's there for those sudden expenditure needs that we just are not aware of. It helps prevent people from dipping into retirement accounts too soon, pulling out the credit cards and racking up short-term debt. Those are not good things. So cash is healthy. A second takeaway, Warren Buffett is big on behavior. So am I. It's very little to do with investment selection. It's so much about actions that we take or don't take that translates into the financial results in our life. And I will add this, you must have optimism as a long-term investor. If there's no reason to be optimistic about the future, what's the point in long-term investing? That's why it's vital to be optimistic when you invest long-term. There's no purpose for that. There's no purpose for any financial plan if there's not a great future that we're shooting for. Patience can be learned. Having a long attention span and the ability to concentrate on one thing for a long time is a huge advantage. Patience is one of the 3 best skills to have as a long-term successful investor. You have to have patience that whatever's happening in the world, whatever that's a recession, whatever the case may be, that it will be figured out. Now, it may not happen faster than you want. It's got its own timetable, all right? However, you must have that patience to let it do its thing. There is no such thing as a 100% sure thing when investing. Thus, the use of leverage is dangerous. A string of wonderful numbers times 0 will always equal 0. Wow. 2 big takeaways here for me. First, there's no guarantees. There are no guarantees with any investment. So use that as a warning sign, a red flag, if you happen to be lured on the sidelines with this shiny object or this promotion or whatever that feels like cannot go wrong, certain guarantee, will do astronomically well. Big red flag, because there are no guarantees when it comes to investing, none. And the use of leverage, using debt to increase one's investment power, risky. I'm not a big fan of that. Is it allowed? Yes, it's allowed. However, I am not a fan because you start to create your own tightrope entering into that arena. And that tightrope can be very hard to walk, especially during downturns. And here's a great quote from Charlie Munger, his partner. Find a very smart, high-grade partner, preferably slightly older than you, and then listen very carefully to what he says. If I'm wanting to learn, say, how to play tennis, I want a professional teaching me how to do the strokes. That's a great way to level up and increase my skill, is it not? I like to hang around in a room where I am not the smartest person in the room. That doesn't really do me any good. That's why I prefer to be, frankly, the dumbest person in the room. That's how I grow. This is how we learn from others who are wiser than us, who have been around. And this is, frankly, why I'm in the business that I am, because I want to share this wisdom to you, to others that you know, because that is my purpose in life. Warren Buffett is simply one of the best, and I like to learn from the best. I hope this has been helpful. If so, share it with a friend and reply. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, any takeaways for yourself. See you next time.